What's up, guys? Welcome back to Classic Octane. I'm Taylor. Today is the day we go past the point of no return. Let's chop this thing. First order of business is going to be to remove kind of the remaining things off the back here. The shocks, probably pull off these foot pegs, and then of course the swing arm itself. Then we're going to give everything a nice clean so that we can actually mark out where we're going to cut. So I have my instructions that came with the hardtail that tell you exactly what distance back here to cut, which should be right about here. Got to cut straight across there, and then this is pretty straightforward. We're basically looking to cut all of this and just have this main tube remaining. So all of this will be gone, and that'll be this whole section here. So I got the middle supported with my little jack, so we should be secure enough to take the rest of this stuff off. Got the swing arm removed, got the shocks removed. So what I'm going to do now is give everything a really good cleaning. I mean, you can see the layers of gunk and grease and oil and stuff on here, and I want it to be as clean as possible so that I can make nice, straight lines. And then of course we will be welding this later, so I might as well just clean it all up now, scrape all that crap off, and then we will start to actually tape off and plan out exactly where we're going to cut. Well, I think the moment of truth has arrived. So it looks like there's basically 3 cuts. Well, 3 cuts on each side. So this top frame here, we're basically cutting a big V in it just to get the bulk of this off. We're gonna have to grind and trim away what's left, but basically straight where my finger's at right here, same on the other side, to get this out of the way. Then down here, we're going to be cutting straight down here and straight down there, basically right along the frame rail to free this up. Then on the side here, it's 1.5 inches back from this cross tube, which ends up being just kind of right in front of this bracket, just right straight down like that. So 1, 2, 3 on this side, and then the same on the other side. So yeah, I guess it's time to do this thing. Yeah, we did it. This is gonna really make some Triumph people mad, but we've already crossed that bridge. I will accept the thumbs downs from the stock Triumph loving people because this excites the shit out of me. I've never chopped the bike quite this much. So see, we chopped that top tube, got the bottom. So now what it's going to be is a lot of cleanup, because basically we want just this bar by itself, so we're going to have to trim that off. This part gets trimmed back, and the hardtail came with some sheet metal. This goes underneath, the tube goes into that little notch, and then there's another piece. I don't know if this is the right side or not, but basically it'll be welded in, you know, something similar to that. Actually this way. So you can see how that fits on there like that. And then that will fall down onto that tube and have it be real nice and clean. So it won't be just open and, you know, kind of messed up. So, whew. So I got a lot of cleanup to do on here. Obviously we want just it to be just this tube, so I'm gonna have to trim that off. Probably use my cutoff wheel and a grinder. Try to get as close as I can and then grind it smooth. Then again, finished down here will probably be done with a grinder and a cutoff wheel too, just so I can get as precise as possible. But holy crap, we are doing it. Man, I'm gonna feel real stupid if this bike never goes on the road again because I just chopped it in half and can't put it back together. But we can't think like that. We're gonna put this thing back together. It's gonna be badass. So yep, cleanup time. Got everything cleaned up. You can see up here on this top tube, all nice and smooth. Down here on these guys are all smooth and cleaned up. Drilled a 5/16 hole that will plug weld to this little section here. So this slides right into this hole, you know, until it's about flush. And then you can plug weld it, and then of course totally seam weld it around. And we did that on both sides. So next step now, I'm going to try and get this hardtail section into place. I'm gonna have to do some fudging and some massaging and stuff up here to get it to fit nicely on that top tube. So yeah, that's the plan right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it up there into place as close as I can. Then I will show you guys how it looks. Looks like we're there. I've been messing with it and fudging with it and measuring and cross measuring and triple measuring and kind of over and over and over and over and over again, as many times and many different angles as I can think to do. And I, you know, got the fit. Pretty happy with it. You know, got some okay sized gaps to fill with weld, but nothing crazy. I mean, we're talking 1/8 of an inch or less for sure. Down here, you can see the plug weld goes right to there. Have a nice gap all the way around to fill with weld. Everything is as square as I can, not necessarily as square as I can get it, but as square as possible. I mean, I don't know any other places to measure from and cross and stuff to check it anymore, but I'm getting pretty much identical readings, you know, with definitely within a 1/16 of an inch or less from multiple different places. So I'm gonna call that good. So I'm about to tack weld it. I'll probably just throw a good sized tack up here on the neck, and then triple check all. And again, obviously I don't want to finish weld this thing if it's a little bit crooked or a little bit you know, out of square. So that's where we're at right now. Looks like it's fitting pretty darn good. So I'm gonna bust out the welder, put a couple tacks on it, then yeah, check everything for square again. If all that looks good, then I'm going to trim this back a little bit more for these plates. So that kind of goes on there like you can see, and that'll be welded all around. This plate goes underneath, so I'm gonna have to trim these back a little bit more to make those fit nicely. And then once that's done, then we can finish weld everything and get it set. So that's the plan. I'm gonna try to, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going today until I can get this thing finished welded, and that's gonna be a good place to stop. So I'll bring you back here in just a minute. Final welding is done. You can see I obviously already started to smooth them out, but I think it turned out really nice. You know, obviously I haven't welded in these middle pieces yet, because you need to do this part first and then make them nice and smooth, because those pieces go right over. But try to show you as best I can here. So yeah, she's welded on. Looking pretty good. Trying to picture what it'll look like with the wheel. Hell, I might even throw the wheel on there a little bit later once I get this stuff finished welded, just to kind of get an idea of ride height and stuff. If I do that, I'll bring you guys back and show you it. But now I'm pretty much just going to mess with this center piece. They don't fit super well, so it's going to take a lot of either little pieces and grinding it down to make it look good later, or I don't know. I'm kind of messing around with how to make it look good, because it's not really, I mean, it just doesn't fit all that well. It's trimmed where it's supposed to be, so I don't think there's anything I could have done differently, but just kind of the way they're manufactured, it's going to take a little bit of massaging. But you know, this is obviously not a bolt-on project. It's very involved, so that's where we're at right now. It's looking pretty damn good. It's coming along. So yep, I'll bring you guys back when I get a little bit more done. Here she is. Went ahead and threw the tank on, went ahead and threw the back wheel on, so you can kind of get an idea of what she's going to look like. So it's kind of hard to envision now. I'm going to need to lower the front end just a little bit so that the frame is perfectly level with the ground. It looks like maybe half an inch. I wouldn't even think a full inch. Probably half an inch would do it. I have to look it up. Hopefully this is similar to a Honda, where I can just literally slide these up in the triple clamp a little bit. Have to make sure. If not, we'll have to figure out a different way to lower it, different spring or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I went ahead and threw the tank on. I was worried that it was going to interfere back here, but it just touches, but it's still on the rubber isolator on the inside here and on the rubber, you know, on the actual mount itself. Plus, it's pretty darn level, which is what I wanted, the bottom of the tank to be level. So I think it's going to be good to go. So I do have some more finish welding, or I guess, yeah, a little bit of finish welding and grinding and stuff to do on these mounts in the middle, but they're about 75–80% done. I'm about to call it a day, so I wanted to kind of give you guys one last look at the progress. I think we made a whole hell of a lot of progress today. I'm pretty damn excited about it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. We got the bulk of the hardtail done. I just need to do, like I said a minute ago, a little bit of finish work, a couple more welds, a little bit of a cleanup just to make these brackets in the middle look really good. But all the welding up here is done, all the frame welding is done, and it turned out really nice. I'm really excited about it. That was obviously the most stressful / biggest chunk of this build that needed to get done, and I'm happy to say that it's done. So I did order a Moto Gadget M unit for this bike so that I can convert it to a modern negative earth system, as opposed to what we talked about in the last video, which was that old Triumphs come with a positive earth, and it's really backwards in my mind. And I've been wanting to try out one of those M units. If you're not familiar with what they are, look them up. They're really cool. It's going to allow me to rewire the whole bike, really simplify everything. It gets like alarm functionality and all kinds of stuff. I am going to be teaming that up with an anti-gravity battery. So we'll be building some kind of cool battery box, maybe like a tray in here or under the seat, or make it look like an oil tank. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet, but some way to hide the electronics as much as possible. I need to get the new tires. Going to be painting the wheels, so I'm figuring out exactly what I'm going to do with that. If I'm going to get them stripped and powder coated, if I'm just going to paint them like I do my regular bikes. I need to check the conditions of the spokes and everything to see if I want to replace the spokes. I don't know. I haven't figured out exactly what to do with the wheels and tires yet, but that's going to be one of the next big steps. Then, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So right now we are waiting on some parts to come in, and a bunch of parts I need to order. Let's see. Shirts. Shirts are on the way. I went ahead and ordered a few of each size of each design. And each design, if you didn't see on my Instagram, I posted 2. I'll throw up the 2 designs right here on the screen. I went with a really limited quantity for a couple of reasons. One is I just ordered them through a website, same website I got this shirt through, to kind of test it and see if I make sure I like the quality. I like the quality of this one, but I wanted to check the new design. 2, I will be trying to put these on my website and kind of facilitate shipping and everything on my own. So I wanted to kind of do a smaller batch just in case that whole process is terrible and I end up wanting to just go with like the Teespring route again. And then the third reason is I wasn't sure exactly the sizing range of how many sizes people want and who's a small and is an extra large and all of that. So I kind of ordered a couple of each size and we can see which ones sell out first and start to learn about how that works and inventory, how much I need to keep on hand and all that kind of stuff. I do have stickers in as well, so thank you for everybody who's been asking about shirts and stuff. It's awesome that you guys want to support the builds and support the channel. Great way to do that in the meantime is, thumbs up, like, subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll throw my Instagram name up on the screen as well. Just Classic Octane. It's pretty easy to look up. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. So next video actually the next video is probably not going to be on the Triumph. It'll be on this thing that's just out of frame right now. Another big project for the channel. Something I'm really excited about working on. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.